Well, welcome back, YouTube. Kingpin of Cinema here with my good buddy QB999.
What up, bitches?
And the Joe returning on camera.
I am the camera.
He is the camera. So, our new video review is one that came out last weekend.
One of the latest 3D movies.
From DreamWorks, no less.
How to Train Your Dragon.
And it is
surprisingly
really damn good.
DreamWorks actually deviates from their original strategy of just having animals that do things animals don't normally do.
And with this face.
And guess what? It actually worked.
And if you haven't told by what he was just saying, DreamWorks is very, very hit and miss. In fact, I can count...
Most of the time it's miss.
I can count all the good DreamWorks movies on one hand, and I'm going to. Shrek 2, and Kung Fu Panda, and Monsters vs. Aliens. I know a lot of people didn't like that one, but I thought it was pretty decent. From what I saw, I haven't seen the whole movie.
I haven't seen that one.
I'll be honest, I haven't seen the whole movie. But from what I have seen, it was pretty darn funny.
I would say Shrek 1 was better than 2, though.
Blasphemy. But now we can conclude How to Train Your Dragon, which I'm going to say is probably my favorite DreamWorks movie.
Mine as well. It's very well done. The visuals are fantastic. The characters are good. Very likable. I left that movie theater very satisfied.
I left, very entertained and very, very satisfied.
Entertained enough that I actually wouldn't mind going and seeing it again.
I would love to see it again. Let me tell you some of the reasons why I really like this movie. If you love Vikings, you're going to love this movie. If you love dragons, you're going to love this movie. And when you take the two, you get motherfucking Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. And that's a fact, Jack.
One of the few times you take two things, put it together, and get something good.
Yeah, you get something that's pretty freaking epic, and damn is it funny.
They just seem to go together.
I love, Viking mythology, and I love, the Thor comics from Marvel. And, some of the stuff, some of the dialogue in the movie, it just had me cracking up. Like his dad, Volstagg the Vast, which is a great name, and he looks fucking awesome. He's like, by Odin, we made it.
Of course, the entire movie is filled with these huge, burly characters.
Yeah, they're Vikings, so you would expect them to be all big, buff, and, massive beards. And I'm just I fucking love that. It's awesome.
And, of course, the main character is none of those.
Yeah, the one thing I will say about the movie, it is very kid-friendly, cliche. Then again, scratch the kid-friendly part, because this movie does have some balls and presents some things that are not kid-friendly, which is freaking awesome. I had a thought there, and now it's gone.
Well, anyway, the story is basically, you have a village of Vikings. Their biggest problem is they're constantly attacked and bombarded by dragons, stealing their livestock, stealing their food, and taking it off.
Since they're Vikings and are fucking awesome, they're not going to quit. They're going to fight these dragons and beat the hell out of them.
And it's all about this little kid who wants to be a Viking, who wants to fight dragons, but no one will give him that chance.
Do his father proud.
Till finally, one night, he takes out a contraption he built, he launches it off, and he manages to capture a dragon that no one has lived to see. Yeah. But still, no one believes him.
And the character's name is Hiccup. The names aren't all that creative, but they're effective. They're effective.
It actually gives you a reason for the horrible names in the movie.
Yeah, like I said, it's effective. There is importance behind him.
He captures the dragon. He goes out to the forest where it landed the next morning. He finds it. He's gonna draw his knife, he's gonna stab it in the heart, but he just can't find it in his heart to do so, so he lets it go. Yeah,
so then, the big centerpiece of this movie, the big thing that really makes this movie so enjoyable is the relationship between Hiccup and the dragon that's name is Toothless. And this relationship is really, really, really well done.
It goes from untrustworthiness, because they are supposed to hate each other, and then it just goes on from there.
Yeah, and
it just goes step by step.
All the scenes of him learning how to ride a dragon is freaking awesome. It's really good. Oh, and the soundtrack. That's another thing I wanted to bring point to. That the soundtrack,
a good soundtrack
is also really good.
Very good music.
The villain is kind of tacked on, but damn, is that a badass tacked on villain. It's freaking big and it's awesome.
It's big. It's mean. And it gives the humans and the dragons a common enemy.
Yeah. So yeah, it is kind of cliche in terms of story, but I can forgive that because the characters are so well-rounded and are so entertaining.
Like, with a lot of movies, it's a cliche story, but it's told in a good way.
Yeah. Now, some complaints. The only real major complaint I have about this movie is that it's not 3D. I saw this in 3D, and I was kind of in the hype of, oh, this is 3D, that's going to make Avatar jealous. No, it's not 3D, because it was tacked on when the movie was done, so it was converted to 3D, so you really don't get good 3D.
I thought the in-depth visuals were decent.
We kind of disagree here. He says that the 3D was good, and I'm like, there was no 3D.
Well, it's because I had a better movie screen than you did.
I severely doubt that.
Oh, mine was brought to you by Pepsi. So I highly beg to differ, you're beg to differ.
Mine's presented by Coke, so fuck you.
Pepsi's better than Coke.
Yeah, if you're a whore. But if you think I'm being unfair of comparing this to Avatar, I'm not, because
every movie's going to be compared
every
to it
3D
now.
movie is going to have to be compared to Avatar because that one did it the best. But if you want a more fair comparison, well, let's compare it to Coraline. Coraline was in 3D, and the 3D in that was terrific. Meet the Robinsons was in 3D, and that 3D was terrific. How to Train Your Dragon was in 3D, and it's not terrific because it was tacked on. So it doesn't look good.
I thought it looked good. I enjoyed it.
But that's like the only complaint I have. Otherwise, a perfect movie and a perfect movie-going experience.
You can go see this movie again and again. Find new things you like about it. There's always someone there to relate to.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think that's all we kind of had to say. Go see it.
Yes.
I guarantee you will like this movie, and that's a kingpin guarantee right there. You get no better guarantee than from me.
Except if it's from anyone else, but...
Yeah, well, fuck you. Pepsi boy. So, as always, if you don't like it... Okay. And the Joe can turn off the camera now, because we're done.